Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Bookstore Shenanigans. I'm your host, your local bookstore clerk, D Nice. Can I get that opening right? Here at the Printed Word Bookstore, the Printed Word Bookstore in Portsmouth, VA. So, for this episode of Bookstore Shenanigans, let's see if we can do this quickly or if I will babble. I'm betting on babbling right now. Anyway, let's check on the sign. If we're gonna do a Bookstore Shenanigans, we gotta check the sign shenanigans. And guys, I've grown. I've advanced. We've gotten better. I wish I could show you the evolution of the signs that I have made here at the Printed Word Bookstore. I wish I had a picture of each one. I've calmed down, guys. I'm not extra anymore. I'm not talking in 2000s text talk anymore. And I'm just like, let's keep it simple and let's keep it informational. Okay, let's just keep it as simple as possible. I'm going to show you guys my work today. And I started with a blank canvas because there was no events or anything. It was completely blank. Now I know where the letters are, so I can make it say whatever I want. This is what I chose to say today. Follow me. As you can see, we are currently open. Let me see. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to show you guys. It's a brisk day. It's a beautiful day. I don't know if you can tell. The weather is positively gorgeous. However, it's still cold. It is January, so it's kind of like, it's okay. It's winter. That's what it's supposed to be. But we just had snow this past weekend, but as you can see, it was not as bad as everyone was saying. So keep praying, because I was praying for no snow. We gotta counteract Mr. T, because he's been praying for snow. So we gotta pray even harder for no snow, because this upcoming weekend, we're still supposed to get even more snow than this weekend that we were supposed to have gotten. So keep praying, prayer warriors out there, for no snow. Mr. T, I'm sorry, but I don't want any snow here. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys what the sign looks like. Let's pause and turn it around. Okay, so here we are, the Printed Word Bookstore in Churchland. That's in the great city of Portsmouth, VA. And here's the sign today. It's a great day to read a book. Super simple. It lets you know books. At least draws attention to books. It doesn't say we are a bookstore, but you know, you'll find out the second you enter our doors. So super simple, not crazy. I think I'm getting better, guys. We're getting better. Let's go in because we are open. So for the remainder of this Bookstore Shenanigans, I'll give you guys a little 360 of what the bookstore currently looks like. I know it's silent. That's because I'm using the phone store right now to record, and I can't play the music and record at the same time. So that's why it's so quiet. Typically, I have some lo-fi or something playing at the same time, but you can see the slight changes that have been made at the bookstore, and it's very nice. The children's section has expanded. We have a whole nother set of shelves there, which is really cool. And things have moved around. I really like it. I think personally, it really opened up the place. I know the book tree, it's sad that it's gone, but also it just looks like we have more space now. So that's really cool. And also it looks like we have more books, which is like fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. So let's see now. Last thing before we get into my daily assignment is we have a book giveaway that we're doing right now. So if you head on over to our IG or Facebook page, you can see which post is the one that clearly corresponds with this. Hopefully you catch it in time. But yeah, you'll see my face. You'll hear a little jingle at the beginning. And right now we're having a book giveaway for this book, We Do Not Care, by Melanie Sanders. It was donated to us by one of our lovely patrons, Miss Denise. Shout out to Miss Denise. She was super excited. She bought a copy for herself and told us that we can do what we would like with this free copy that she donated. So we are doing a book giveaway. So for details on how to enter that giveaway, you have to be local. You have to follow us, follow our page on social media. And you're going to have to find that post and comment on that post, either perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause. And you have to be local because clearly you have to come pick up the book. We're not going to ship this over to Japan, you know? So those are pretty much the rules and regulations. But in order to actually officially enter, you have to find that original post on IG or Facebook. And so without further ado, let's get to work. So while I am here, I'm going to pause right quick. And we're back. So guess who left their tripod again? Oh, you got to see my crusty, dusty hands. It's winter, guys. Give me a break. But yeah, guess who left their tripod again? I finally found the tripod. It was returned to me, and I lost it immediately. So I don't know where it went, but we don't have it. Instead, we have a book stand. Is a book stand for the phone? No. Otherwise, it would be called a phone stand. But this is what we have. So now you get to see all 5 of my chins while I do my daily assignment, which is to wipe these books. So what are we going to talk about? I had planned what I was going to talk about to try to multitask while I was talking to you guys, and I've already forgotten what I was going to talk about. Oh, How do you reinvigorate the love of reading, the love of literature, maybe even the love of writing? I don't know, journaling. Because that's something that I have honestly struggled with a bit since I started working here. I started working here last year, so quite a few months back. So I've been here for quite some time now, and I should have read at least a book a month. And I honestly cannot say that I have done that personally. And I'm like, well, that's not good. I am a bookstore clerk. I love working here. I love books. I love being around books, but I'm still not working actively on becoming super well read, which I'm not a fan of, to be honest. So how do I change that? I hope the thing is not too shaky because I'm being very rough with wiping off this book. But yeah, I really just want to be able to confidently recommend books to people, or confidently be able to say when people ask me, what are you currently reading? Just tell them, hey, this is what I'm reading right now. This is what I enjoy. This is the genre that I like the best. Stuff like that. But at the stage that I'm at, I'm just chugging along. You know, I've gotten, I think, a total of three or four books from the bookstore since I started working here, I'd say. And I don't think I have finished any of them. I've started all of them, but I don't think I ever finished any of them. That's my problem. I'm the chronic start stopper. So like I'll start the book, I'll be really excited when I first get it, and then I'd say after like a week, I'm like done. And it's like it takes effort, it takes work for me to want to come back to it. So that's the point that I'm at. So let me know for you guys, what does it take to reinvigorate your passion and your love for reading, for literature, for even writing, journaling, and stuff like that? Because it's in the same lane. We wouldn't have this literature if people didn't write it. So I just love, I love to see people who are just super passionate about books, super just invigorated. You can just see just life come into them whenever they're around books, near books, reading books. You can just see that they're just in the zone. I just love that. And I would love to have that back, because I would say the last time I really had that was in high school, when I would just read for the sake of reading. I would read for the sake of being lost in that world. I'd read for the sake of, this is the best use of my time right now. And I'd much rather do this than other stuff. But nowadays, I would say there was a period of time in which I was reading quite consistently, and I was reading full books. I had started a business book club with two of my friends, and that forced me to read some books, but it was business books, right? It was personal development books. So it wasn't like for the passion of it. It wasn't for the mere enjoyment of it. There was like a purpose in reading it, which is not bad, by the way. As adults, you don't just have to read for entertainment. You can read to learn. You can read to gain knowledge. You can read for other reasons, to learn more about people or processes or gain new skills. That is A-okay, and that's fantastic. And I love that for you. But for me, what the problem was is that I wasn't actually learning. I was just reading. And so it was reading without a passion for what I was reading. I was reading, taking notes. I was kind of like a robot, you know? Just kind of doing the action with no emotion, no feeling, no attachment whatsoever. And I don't like that. Um, I'd say fairly recently though, my the passion has started to come back, where it's like I'm actually like involved in the book that I'm currently reading. I'm actually like either taking notes because I want to take notes, because I want to remember this, because I want to take something away from it, or I'm reading it and I'm just like in the zone and I don't know what's going on around me because I'm focused on this section of the book. It's just a much slower process now than it was when I was a kid, because now I don't typically read fiction anymore. So I don't typically just read for entertainment purposes, but I do read with a purpose now. So I have, for example, the last book I literally just finished. Did it take me like 3 months to finish? Yes. Don't ask the library how long I've had that book checked out and auto renewal. But it was The Battle Plan for Prayer by the Kendrick brothers. And I finished that. And it's not like it's supposed to be like a 2-day read anyway, because you're only supposed to read one chapter a day, which I was doing really well for like the first half of the book. And then I let it go one day, let it go the next day, let it slide the next day, let it slide the next day. And before you know it, like a month had gone by and I like hadn't read any more of it. And I don't like that. So this past weekend, we were all snowed in. snowed in, not really, but there was some ice on the road. So most of us stayed home on Sunday, all day Sunday. So I was like, I'm just going to sit down and read it. I had about 5 chapters left. So I sat down with a battle plan of prayer for by the Kendrick brothers, and I just did all 5 chapters. Well, 4 in one sitting, and then I had a little break, and then I finished the whole book because I was like, I've got to just finish it and just say I am done. So it's like, how do you just get that spark back of like wanting to read, of like that hunger to find out what's gonna happen next? What am I gonna learn next? You know? So let me know in the comments below. For you, like what reinvigorates your passion to want to read? Because that's my struggle bus right now, is like I work at this bookstore and I love being here, I love working here, I love being around all these books, but my passion for literature is not what it once used to be. And so while I'm here all day with all these books around me, I don't really take the time to like get to know all the books that we have in our collection, pick a book to like just sit down and like once a month I definitely have a book that I've read from our shelves from cover to cover, so I have at least something in my reservoir to be like, oh, I would recommend this. I read this in its entirety. I'm not just going off of hearsay. I know exactly what happens in this book and I loved it. Or I didn't like it so much, but maybe you'll like it, you know? Just from personal experience, so I can be more interpersonal with my recommendations of books from customers who come in here spontaneously. So let me know, how can I reinvigorate my passion and my love for reading? And if you have any ways of how to reinvigorate a passion and consistency of self-discipline and journaling consistently, I think that would also help a lot of our patrons, because like obviously if people didn't write this stuff, we wouldn't have it. So you can't just read. There have to be people who are writing as well. So if you have tips to reinvigorate a passion for reading, and if you have tips to reinvigorate a passion for writing, please, please, please drop them in the comments below so that we can share it with our lovely patrons and readers and writers everywhere around the world. Because I can't be the only one who's on the struggle bus when it comes to the passion for literacy, the passion for writing, the passion for journaling, the passion for documentation and preservation, and expanding my mind, and also entertaining myself in a book and just getting lost in that world. And so I would just love to do whatever it is that we can do to help each other out. So that's all I have for this episode of Bookstore Shenanigans here at the Printed Word Bookstore in Portsmouth, VA. I'm your local bookstore clerk, D Nice. I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of Bookstore Shenanigans. Let me know what other things you would like to know about the life of a bookstore clerk / associate / employee. I don't know what my official title is, but someone who just lives with books, works with books, is book for a living. Let me know in the comments below what else you guys would like to see from Bookstore Shenanigans from the perspective of someone who is on the inside looking out. So have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day, and until next time, goodbye, y'all.